Doing a food review of the Posada Chimichanga. Just bought them. We're in November of 2022, so they will last in your freezer for 1 year. Shredded steak and cheese. I'm sure this is not really... Well, it's real cheese. I don't know who cut the cheese and put it in here, but it's real cheese. So let's go look at the label first. What do we have? How many calories? 350. A lot of calories. Average meal should have about 500 calories, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. So if you eat one of these and you drink a soda, you probably have exceeded everything you should be taking in, and you become a diabetic in a week. So what do we have here? 22% of this is, now 22% of your daily fat intake in this one little chimichanga. Cholesterol, 25 milligrams, that's not that bad. Sodium, 540, that's pathetic, no reason to do that. Your average meal should have about 45 grams of carbs. So, if you eat one of these things, you've already, you're almost at the edge of your carb intake for the whole meal. Protein, 11 grams, low on sugar, low on dietary fiber, so if you eat this thing, it's probably going to sit in your colon for a couple years. No fiber to push it through. What do we have here? Let's go look at the label. See, they make this really difficult so that when you're in the store, you can't do this. First ingredient is always the one that is the main ingredient, and that is bleached, enriched wheat. So you are eating wheat. That's probably why you're getting all those carbs. Yeah, you're eating wheat. And then we've got the, well, so you're eating wheat flour, and then the next main ingredient is water. So you're eating flour and water. Those are your two main ingredients in here, flour and water. And then you've got beef steak. And they don't have to tell you how many percent of this thing is beef steak. But you've got beef steak. And then green chili peppers. And then chilies. And then cheddar cheese and salt. And onions and... Let's see, we got yeast. I always like to look and see if they list maltodextrin, which should never be in any food. Kind of tricks the body into thinking it doesn't need to be in here. They don't need to put it in any foods. They put it in all the foods they can. Maltodextrin, not good for you. But you'll find it in almost everything you buy. They either put in maltodextrin or they put in corn. There's always corn in something because the corn industry owns the food industry. Okay, so what else do we have in here? Flour enhancer. Usually there's corn flour, corn syrup, corn something. Soybean oils, onions, flavorings, enhancers. Modified food starch, corn! Corn flour. Why do you need corn flour in this thing? There's always corn in food. Corn starch. Calcium. This is why everybody is so sick and so fat nowadays, because of all the corn that is in everything you eat. And that maltodextrin, not good for you. So, alright, this is really just an unhealthy piece of garbage. But they're really good for people that just want to grab some food and they're starving and they don't have time to eat anything healthy, so they eat this, and then in 40 years they're in the hospital with a heart attack and diabetes, and they're saying goodbye to Grandpa Larry. Goodbye, Larry. I had to eat this chimichanga. So let me go take it out of the microwave and we'll see what it looks like. Get a little bit of overheating in the microwave, so it looks like somebody shot a big load of beans. You know, you're looking at this, you say, okay, most of it, as I said, was flour, and then water with Did say that it had real cheese. You can see how much cheese is in there, so nobody had to really cut a lot of cheese. And then this is your beef. This is your beef steak. Looks like, yeah, when I walk the dog every morning, and I carry that little bag with me, that doesn't look like beef steak. Looks like they took a bunch of nasty stuff and ground it up. Is that corn, or is that more cheese? This just looks disgusting. That's all I can say. This is pathetic. But this is what we eat. So let me taste it. I'll give you my opinion. I'll tell you right now, this is the worst stuff you should be eating. This is not healthy for you at all. Look at this. It's gross. It's still really hot. It's very flimsy. A lot of people might put this in the air fryer. Hey, that's a good idea. Take this heart attack chimichanga and put it in an air fryer so that you can get more oils or butter or fat to destroy your arteries. That's brilliant. So what does it taste like? Well, she says, I want to taste, but I wouldn't even give this to my dog. Too spicy. It's all garbage. She'd be in the bathroom all night. Bad for her lungs, bad for her arteries, bad for her kidneys or pancreas. This stuff's, I wouldn't even feed this to a dog. So I took one itty bitty bite. I could barely taste it because it's so hot. And right now it tastes like beans and cheese. Kind of tastes like when you go to a restaurant and you get a bean burrito and you get that bean cheese flavor. And it always tastes so good in a restaurant because they cook it with fat and lard that makes it taste good. They don't care if you're going to walk out the door and pass out from a heart attack. They just want to sell you food. So let me eat about half of this and I'll come back and let you know what my opinion is. Okay, I know I shouldn't talk with food in my mouth. My opinion. This is junk. This is absolute junk. Kind of tastes like a beef stew, like a cheap beef stew with some cheese flavor in it. I couldn't even eat two of these in a row if I wanted to. It's filling because it's got so much garbage in it that you have no desire. I don't even want a second one. I have 4 of them here. Somebody gave me 4 of these. I wouldn't want a second one. Not because I'm stuffed. It's gross. It's nasty. It's what I consider the garbage foods that they sell nowadays. Same thing you get at fast food. It's not the greatest tasting. You go to the Taco Bell, you open up one of those bean burritos or the tacos, and it looks like cat food. It's nasty garbage that people consume. So, was it good? Was it delicious? Absolutely not. Was it good? Not really. It's just something to throw in your mouth to say, okay, I'm not hungry right now. And then you drink 32 ounces of a soda from the 7-Eleven, and then you go have some candy bars and ice cream and lay down on the bed and have a heart attack. So my review is, don't buy it.